right, good evening, y'all. I'm back from my short little vacation trip from Arkansas, and it was freaking awesome. I had a good time in Arkansas. I really did enjoy it. I was living it up. I've never been to Arkansas. That was my first time going. I had just the freaking time of my life, guys. Freaking amazing. So I was just chilling, and yeah, it was a pretty good time. I was there for about 5 days. What really sucked was that when I showed up to, so I had a connecting flight. I went from Newark to Chicago, and then when I got to Chicago, the plane flight got messed up because the weather was really bad. So you can just imagine the weather was really messed up, and I we just kept getting delayed. People were still trying to repair the plane, all this and that. Then after that, the plane got canceled, and so then after that, I had to wait a little longer to catch the next plane from Chicago to Fayetteville, whatever they call that place, Fayetteville, in Arkansas. And I pretty much took the plane around, I think, like 7, somewhere around 7 after that. Got there at 9 o'clock. So I was pretty much late at night in Arkansas when I got there. So it's like 5.5 day trip, but it was fun. I really had a good time. I was really having a good time. All right, Richard. He says, "Good evening, brother John Rivera." Good evening, brother. Welcome to my live stream. I'm back in Jersey, man. Back in New Jersey. You already know. I figured I would have a Friday night live hangout that I had already plotted out from before my trip, and I figured I would let you guys know just how it went, everything like that. We'll just talk about different things, just chilling. This is a Friday night live hangout. Richard Rodriguez says that's cool. Yeah, it was awesome, man. I'm telling you, I had a great time, bro. Had one awesome freaking time in Arkansas. I'll tell you, it's country, it's southern, but you know what? I like the South. I like to tell everybody, I like the South a lot better than the North. If you live in the North and you're tired of all this political bullcrap and just how boring it can be, you're tired of all the expenses and all this nonsense, you probably should just move to the South. The South is so much better, more quieter. Yeah, it's more quieter. People are really chill out there. Nobody bothers you there. Nobody messes with you there. So you can just imagine it's a chill place to live, man. You just can't go wrong living in Arkansas or any southern state in general. Actually, it's everything is cheaper in Arkansas too. So in Arkansas, you're really just paying like, I mean, milk over there is like $4 or $5. Eggs are a lot less. I think they're like 5, $6. Everything in Arkansas is a lot cheaper, man. We got to deal with inflation and all this taxation up here in New Jersey, New York, and all these other Northeast states. I'll tell you right now, man, everything in Arkansas is like mad cheap, bro. Super cheap. Like you just live good out there. I was told that the cheapest state to live is Arkansas, so I wouldn't doubt it either. Because I see people living good out there. They live so good. You can just imagine. So let me bring this camera down. I'm using a webcam right now, just so you guys know. I won't be doing no IRL streams for now because my phone sucks. The phone quality is so horrible. So for now, I'm just using, just gonna be doing some webcam streams. I like this better, to be honest. I like streaming on the YouTube Studio from the computer. It looks better, works better, and I don't have to worry about any interruptions and none of that. But yeah, pray for me. I want to get a new phone. If the Lord will, I want to get like a brand new phone. I want to at least get a Google Pixel or something that's better quality, affordable to buy. That way, when I do mobile streams, IRL streams, it'll look pretty good. No, it won't move slow. No static when I'm talking, things like that. Just be praying for that. See two people in the live chat. I only see Brother Richard. I don't know who else is live here right now, but yeah, it's been a good. I was having such a great time in Arkansas. I really was. I went to this place over there. It's called Eureka Springs. Eureka Springs is like the closest thing to a tourist place over there. It's like a tourist spot, and we went over there. It's like a village type of place, but they have so many shops. There was one place I went there. It was called. It's a weird name, but it was called Silly Chili. But these were like homemade hot sauces, and the guy who actually owned this place, uh, he doesn't use no chemicals, none of that extra stuff. It was like 100% spice, all that stuff. So I bought this one hot sauce there. It was called the Limey Bastard. And just so you guys know, the word bastard is not a cuss word. The word bastard is in the Bible. It means fatherless child. It also means like you're an unsaved person. God is not your father, things like that. We'll talk about that some other time in a Bible study. But yeah, it's called the Limey Bastard, and it's lime with hot sauce, all these things. It's got a mixture of other hot sauces and other peppers, but it was pretty good. It tastes so good. The problem was I couldn't get it through the TSA on the way back to New Jersey, so they said they had to abandon it and just throw it out. But whatever, it was fun while it lasted, but it was really good. We tried it out with nachos. We had pozole that week, so we mixed it with the pozole. We mixed it with mashed potatoes, all this stuff. It was really good stuff. But yeah, you guys definitely need to try that out someday. There were some other places we checked out over there. Eureka Springs had a lot of stuff. We went to this bakery over there, and the South has good food. They cook really good in the South. Um, I forgot the name of this bakery, but we went there, and they had like these really avant-garde coffees and lattes that I'd never heard of. I think one of them was like a chocolate lava latte or something, whatever it was. It tasted pretty good. Um, they had, the grits, cheese grits. They had. I had like a Mexican homemade cheese burrito, breakfast burrito, whatever. It was pretty good. It was a breakfast burrito, and I love Mexican food. You guys already know I love Mexican food. I'm a Puerto Rican guy who likes Mexican food. And so we had that. It was pretty good. I'll tell you, Arkansas was awesome. Is the Richard says, is the food good over there? Better than Northeast? Yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, it's a lot better than the Northeast. If you really want good food that's like 100% American in the Northeast, you got to go to Boston. I've been to Boston. The food is better there compared to like other American restaurants in the Northeast. That's really where you get the good food at. But other than that, if you want real food, you got to go to the South. They make fried chicken, ribs, exotic meats. If you're like me, you like exotic food, things like that. So it was pretty cool. That was one of the things that made the trip awesome though, was like the wide variety of food. Like we were driving around all these parts of Arkansas, Eureka Springs, Berryville, all these surrounding towns. So everywhere we went, there was like there was a BBQ restaurant there. There was a Southern Fried Chicken shack here. They had all these burger joints like everywhere you went. So like Arkansas was loaded with good food, man. The burgers there were awesome. Then we had like this other trip where I'm trying to see how I can get these headphones to work. Apparently you guys can hear me, so that's good. But yeah, so we actually crossed over to Missouri. Uh, one night we crossed over to Missouri, and the reason why was because we wanted to get some burgers at this diner called the Hop Diner. So the Hop Diner is pretty good. The Hop Diner, they got beautiful burgers, beautiful sliders, and I tried their original burger. That was the first thing I went for, was the original Hop Diner burger. Delicious. And we just had an awesome time there. That was the first time I actually stepped foot in the Midwest. Missouri is a Midwestern state. That was the first time I stepped in there, went over, and the Midwest is beautiful. Missouri is a beautiful state. It looks like Arkansas, to be honest, but it's Midwestern. Richard says, "Are the people over there more receptive to soul winning than the Northeast?" So okay, so from my experience, yeah, I mean, like, I didn't really go soul winning in Arkansas, but I've been soul winning in North Carolina. And North Carolina people, they are receptive. I've actually went to trailer parks in North Carolina, and people in the trailer parks are very receptive to the gospel. They will listen to you and they'll hear it and they'll believe it. Most of the time, they'll actually listen to you. I know Texas has some good places for soul winning too. I heard McAllen, Texas is a pretty receptive place. It's a ghetto place, but I've had friends go out soul winning in McAllen, Texas, and they said over there, people there are very hungry for the gospel. It's pretty cool. So, Richard, you think you can hear me well? I'm just double checking to make sure the sound is good on my end and on your end as well. Because, like I said, I'm not using my phone. I'm using my laptop. I'm gonna connect my mouse here. Let me know in the comments. I hear you great. That's what Richard said. Okay, good. Awesome. Thanks, man. I was just making sure. I'm wondering where everybody else is. I guess I was streaming too early. I gotta get in the habit of streaming a little later than often. There were times I streamed at 6 p.m. and more people show up, but right now I'm streaming 4:25. But share this on any social media. Let's see if we can get more people to tune in. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna share to Facebook. All right. I was just sharing the link to my Facebook page. See if we can get more people to tune in. See if I can share this to Twitter right now as well. Yeah, a lot of friends on Twitter. You'd be surprised. All right. See if we get some more viewers. That's what we need. Appreciate you tuning in, Rich. Thanks for giving me some feedback here. I wanted to make sure the sound was good, and it is. Thank the Lord. Let's share this via YouTube post. Whoa, I clicked the wrong link. We're good for now. Yeah, I'm planning to go back to Arkansas in the future. Hopefully this year as well. Traveling to Arkansas is cheap. As long as you don't travel to like Little Rock or none of those places, you'll easily be able to get over there. Little Rock is expensive to travel to. That is definitely not an easy place to travel to. Yeah, people there are friendly, man. Arkansas people are usually very friendly. They actually welcome you. If they see you and they don't even know you, they'll say hello to you. They'll welcome you. They usually like being around strangers. It's not like up here where people are more cold. Nobody likes saying hello. People are nasty. But people in Arkansas, they're very friendly. They usually start a conversation with you. They'll know if you're from the north. They'll ask you. They'll tell you, yeah, I could tell you're from the north. Well, no offense. I usually hear about that from New York. Man, it's true. I mean, I've been to New York so many times in my life. Been around the people there all my life. I know how it's like. Yeah, they can be stuck up and rude, man. I mean, I've gone soul winning in New York City, and I know most people there, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. They'll be nasty to you. I've been to some wealthy places in New York City preaching the gospel, and they don't want to hear it. They'll slam the door on you. They'll tell you we don't want to talk about it. They'll tell you we don't want to hear it. They'll tell you to go away. They'll threaten to call the police on you. Honestly, like the only chill place that I've gone soul winning at in New York City is like the Bronx, because like the Bronx is like very ghetto. The Bronx is like very like it's a hardcore place, but you know what? When it comes to the ghetto, people listen to the gospel, man. Poor neighborhoods, people were places where there's more crime rate are usually the best places to go witnessing at. If you go to like wealthy places, places where people got money, they don't want to hear it. They just don't care. Raphael, what's up? Raphael says, "Hey, dude, what's going on, Raphael? God bless, brother. How you doing? Welcome to the chat, bro. This is my post Arkansas live stream vacation stream. Came back to New Jersey yesterday, so I figured I'd have a live hangout with y'all and chill with you all." Richard says, "Too liberal." Yeah, New York is very liberal. That's no surprise at all. Everybody knows that. Most people there just vote for left wing people, and they care about the sodomites. They care about all this woke stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a Trump fan, but as far as I know, with Trump around, it seems like woke is going to be dead for a little while. I guess for the next 4 years. Like I said, I'm not a Trump supporter, but with Trump around, we won't be seeing any of that wokeness for a little while. Who knows what the next president, whoever gets elected or selected, as they say, is going to do when it comes to all that. One second. I'm just pushing my sneakers away. Till the next Democrat becomes president. Yeah, you're right. Till the next Democrat becomes president. Oh, wow. There's a share screen button in here. Wow. So I didn't even know YouTube does this. I thought you needed like Streamlabs or something like that. It's like a share screen button. Hold on. Let me see this. Okay, cool. Yeah, and they give you like a whole list of things that you can choose from to share screen with. All right, so I know what to do next time. So the next Democrat becomes president. Yeah, you're right. I mean, who knows? We probably might get another Democrat president next time around. Again, I don't focus too much on left and right. I don't care about the left right paradigm. But yeah, like when you have like the left right paradigm thing going on, and the Republicans win, the Democrats are going to come back for another 4 years to get paid back and try to reclaim their turf. Like they know once Trump is out, they're going to try to get their way back in. Some other scumbag Republican is going to try to run for president in 2028. Who knows who? Like I said, the only Republicans that I would ever vote for is either like Rand Paul or what's this guy, Vivek. So like I don't mind Rand Paul because Rand Paul, despite him being a Republican, he wants to end the Fed too. Like his dad, Ron. Ron Paul thinks the same way, and his son obviously inherits his beliefs as well. And yeah, Ron Paul wants to end the Fed. If he runs for president again, I'm gonna definitely vote for him or Vivek. Vivek likes libertarians. He's Republican, but he actually has a lot of respect for libertarians. So I definitely would like to vote for that guy. I know he wants to run. I know he's going to run for governor this time around, but if he doesn't win, I know he said that he wouldn't mind running for president in 2028. I'm all for that. I would vote for Vivek, no doubt. Yo, this is awesome. For real, guys, like this is freaking awesome. Like I just discovered right now. I've been using YouTube for a while, and I just discovered live streams you could actually share your screen. This is freaking awesome. Okay, Chrome tab, window. Yeah, like I could show you my window and everything. Yeah, this is cool, guys. So like, next time, like, when we do Bible studies, I can just pull up all my information, like my notes, everything, and I could just show you guys while I'm preaching and teaching. This is so freaking cool. Yeah, next time I'm gonna definitely also. Sometimes I make political streams on here. We talk about politics sometimes. So anytime I need to bring up a news article and talk about the latest events, I'll definitely bring them up also. We're gonna use whatever tools we got on YouTube, make it happen. I'm gonna come up with a poll right now. Just coming up with a poll at the moment. Oh, Raphael left a comment. Do you read the Christian Post? Yeah, sometimes I read the Christian Post. I'm not that big of a fan of the Christian Post though, because I know they could be liberal on some things. I know those guys. I think they support the Catholic Church too. They claim to be like some type of Christian, but I know sometimes they speak positive of the Catholic Church and all that. So I kind of keep my distance. If I want to read like a Christian newspaper or an online Christian website for news and all that, I think the closest thing I would read is like Chuck Baldwin's website, Chuck Baldwin Life, because Pastor Chuck Baldwin, he's really big in politics. If you guys have heard him preach before, and if you go to his website, he writes columns. It's like articles, and he talks about just all the stuff going on with the left, the right, Israel, Palestine, all those things. So I read his columns very often. He writes them once a week at least on Thursdays. So you definitely should sign up for his weekly column newsletter. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. Go to his website and add your email, and he'll add you to his column list. Thursdays he releases a new column. Raphael says I have to listen to Pastor Chuck. Yeah, I thought you were listening to him, brother. I listen to him every week. I got you to listen to him for a while, I remember. Pretty good preacher, man. That guy's on fire. Pastor Chuck is one freaking fiery preacher. That guy is like, I'm telling you, he's on fire. In fact, let's test out share screen right now. Window. Let me see if I can hear. Oh wow, that's crazy. That's a little too much. That's way too many windows right there. Okay, hold on. Let me do the Chrome tab. Let me do the Chrome tab. Oh no, that's different. Hold on. Let me go to entire screen. All right, let's see how it looks now. Yeah, that's a little too much. I don't know why it does that. I'll have to figure out how to learn how to use share screen, guys, because I definitely want to start making use of it. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever noticed this on YouTube Live Studio. Freaking awesome, right, guys? I'll do another. You know what? I got an idea. The next time I do another YouTube webcam live test, we'll test out the share screen. This is not a good time to test it out. Definitely not a good time to test it out. Let me see the Chrome tab though. Okay, so you guys actually could see this probably. Oh, okay, yeah, now I see how I could do it. I probably have to use tabs now. The tab would be easier. Yeah, if I use the tab, you guys will be able to see it more. Yeah, you definitely got to listen to Pastor Chuck more often, Raphael. He's got some good preaching, man. Yo, last week I think he preached about no, 2 weeks ago he preached a sermon about the issues in Palestine right now, how Palestinians are getting killed. BB is basically the one shooting them and firing at them, those kind of things. Heinous things. But yeah, he preached a sermon about how there's a lot of churches out there, they don't consider their brethren, the Christian brethren that live in Palestine. And it's crazy because like you got all these Republican Christians, like they're cheering on the violence happening in Palestine, and they're encouraging BB to go after them and give them hell, basically, because I've seen Christians say things like that on X, Twitter, basically. It gets crazy sometimes on Twitter. And Pastor Chuck was pointing out, it's like, what's up with these Christians? It's like they're cheering on the deaths of these Palestinian Christian brothers that we have living in Gaza and in Palestine. And it's basically showing that they have no sympathy for the body of Christ. And we know the body of Christ is made up of all believers, no matter what color, ethnicity, or culture you come from. So it's a pretty good sermon. Check it out. I think last week he preached a prophecy message. Yeah, he did. He preached a prophecy message about Schofield dispensationalism. So most of you guys in here, you probably agree with me that dispensationalism is unscriptural. It's against the Bible. If you're against dispensationalism, like I am, and you're a non-dispensationalist, check out Pastor Chuck's recent sermon about Schofield Darby dispensationalism, how it's wrongly dividing the word of truth. I think that was the title of the sermon. Check that out. It's a really powerful message. My phone is buzzing. Put this phone on silence. Yeah, we got to do another YouTube live webcam test, probably tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in and let me know how that works. Was the last stuttering? What was the last sermon you heard from Pastor Chuck, Brother Raphael? And like I said, if you haven't read his columns, go on his website, Chuck Baldwin Live, and check out his weekly column. It's fire, man. It's really good. He's always writing about something going on in Israel, the lobbyists, the bureaucrats, all that stuff, exposing Donald Trump, exposing Joe Biden, Kamala, all these people. Oh, Raphael says I forgot. Nah, it's all right. It's all good, bro. Keep up with those messages. It's powerful preaching, man. I can't count how many sermons this guy has inspired me to preach myself. I've preached a lot of sermons that I just was inspired by Pastor Chuck. Just listening to him, when you listen to a preacher that you like and you're excited and you're on fire and you agree with them, sometimes they just say something that obviously you just can't forget, and you create a sermon idea out of it. And there have been times on Wednesday nights at my church that I took note of those things, built my own sermon, and just preached it. So, yeah, Pastor Chuck Baldwin, he's got to be my top favorite preacher in America right now. Let's see. Wow, I just did a poll and nobody has been to Arkansas. That's because Arkansas is barely heard of. I'll be honest, it's really not that heard of. It's a beautiful state. It's a really nice place to visit, but I'll admit it's not that heard of. It's not that heard of. Definitely not. But it's freaking awesome. Y'all gotta go there someday. I know I gotta go there again. I wouldn't mind living in a place like that. Honestly, like anywhere in the South is fine with me. But that's definitely like a great place to live. Texas is another awesome state. Texas, they got a great economy, a lot of jobs, and the politics there, I guess, are good. You find a lot of libertarians out there too. Texas is the Lone Star State, they say. They got good gun rights. Yo, so I just gotta, I had to say this. So I was watching Gladiator 2. While I was in Arkansas, I had rented Gladiator 2 on Amazon Prime Video because, Amazon has its own streaming app. And I just had to watch Gladiator 2 because I think the movie came out like in October, November, somewhere around there. And I never got the chance to see it in theaters, but I got to see it from Arkansas when I was still there. That was like 2 nights before. I couldn't get back to watching it yesterday because I was flying. But when I got home, I got to see about at least half an hour more. And today I finished the last half. It was freaking awesome. Who's seen the first Gladiator movie? I might just make that the next poll. Oh, 3 people voted on not going to Arkansas before. Wow. Yes, I was watching Gladiator 2. So Gladiator 2, what's interesting is that, as you guys already know, if you've seen okay, Raphael says, I've seen the first Gladiator. Okay, so if you remember, Maximus died at the end of the movie, spoiling it for some of you if you haven't seen it yet. You probably might want to log out of this live stream and then come back on because I'm spoiling some of the ending. So, yeah, Maximus ended up dying after he killed the bad guy in the movie, Commodus, who was a corrupt Roman emperor. And then Lucius, who was another very important character in the movie, he was a young kid. Um, I think Maximus was kind of like protecting him. He was also kind of like a mentor to him. So after he dies, Lucius goes on the run because he was supposed to take over Rome, I think, and the government wanted to execute him to take away his power. So Lucius ends up running off, and for a long time he's on his own. He's learning to be a fighter, a warrior, a gladiator, protecting him and his wife. And basically, in Gladiator 2, these 2 emperors rise up in Rome, very evil people, enslaving the people, taking away people's freedom. Uh, basically, Lucius wants to go after them and start an insurrection against them. But I won't spoil too much. This one was really awesome. This one had a lot to do with freeing Rome, freeing them from dictators and oppression. It was pretty cool. It's about Lucius this time because Maximus died in part 1. But I loved it. Gladiator 2 was freaking awesome, guys. Freaking epic film. That had to have been like the hottest film of 2024. I like history, so I had to watch it. It talks about Roman history, so pretty epic film. Definitely check it out if you're into like historical epic films, sword fighting and all that. That's definitely a movie you should check out. Gladiator 2. Not all of it is historically accurate. I've seen some history experts explain some of it was not necessarily credible, but it was a pretty good film no matter what. It was action packed. I remember seeing the first one several times. I love the first one with Russell Crowe. Gladiator 1 was awesome. That was back in 2000. That's a legendary film right there. Gladiator. You can't go wrong with that one. Denzel Washington was in Gladiator Part 2. I won't spoil too much about the information about what his role was in the film, but you'll see when you watch it. I see the poll is working now. Most people are voting no on the poll. What do you think about the first Gladiator, Raphael? Most liked it. Most people freaking love the first film. I can't even decide like which one I like better, part one or part two, because honestly, they were both just as good. They both were just as good. It's hard to decide that. Yeah, the classic was pretty good, man. I don't know anybody on the face of this planet that hates part one. It was just too freaking good. I'm trying to sneeze, but I can't. Yeah, part one was a freaking classic with Russell Crowe, a couple other folks that played in that movie. There is a potential sequel though. I did some digging on the internet, and I think the producers did mention they want to make like a Gladiator 3. If they do, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's not going to suck though. Some sequels do suck, but if they make a Gladiator 3, I'll check it out cuz I freaking love the first one and the second one. They were both too good. There was another film that we saw similar to that one if you guys remember, 300. Freaking 300 was another movie kind of like Gladiator, but it was epic too. That one was historical too. If you guys didn't know that, it was like the Spartans versus the Persians. That definitely is historical. They did fight at some point in history, I think. The Greeks and the Persians. Sorry about that. I was just plugging in my charger. I think I'm gonna just stream for a couple minutes more. This was my first time doing like an actual full length live stream via webcam. I'm gonna do share screen one more time. This time I'm just gonna open up with like a tab. Let me see. You can see I opened up my Blogger account. This is my Blogger post. I got two blogs. I got WordPress and I got Blogger. Let me know if you guys see anything here. Oh, my blog is growing. I got more views. Awesome, right? Freaking awesome. Okay, all right. So yeah, Ivan, ¿cómo está, hermano? Dios te bendiga. Todo bien, hermano, y Dios te bendiga. I see we got Ivan in the house. We got another brother in Christ here. All right, so I see the share screen is working. So this is how I'm going to do share screen from now on. I'm going to use tabs. This is how I'm going to do it. Because if I try doing it the other way, like you guys saw earlier, a whole bunch of windows open up. I'm not even trying to do that. It's like I don't even need Streamlabs for now because YouTube Studio has everything I freaking need. I got the share screen, I got the mic, I got the webcam hooked up. I do want to use Streamlabs. It works better, but this will do for now. I got to learn how to adjust the settings of my Streamlabs before I can hook it up again. Me alegro también, hermano. Sí, vamos a hablar. Yo te voy a mandar texto, hermano. Dios te cuida. Gracias por entrar en el live stream. Y espero que todo está bien en España. Yo tengo que visitar España. Guys, it has been so awesome streaming from my computer. Like, honestly, I wish I could do more IRL streams, but like right now, I just can't do it because my phone really sucks. Like, you know what it is, guys? I have like an old school Samsung A4, whatever that one is. A4, A5. Those kind of phones aren't that great. Ivan says you're welcome to Spain when you want. Si, senor. Gracias. I've been talking to my friend Ivan. He's a brother in Christ from Spain, and I got to do a mission trip. It's been a while since I've done a mission trip. I flew to Arkansas, but that was for like a getaway vacation. But if I'm gonna do a mission trip, I got to go to Spain and I got to go to South Africa this year at least because it's been a while, guys. I got to really do some soul winning again. I mean, I go soul winning, but I want to do soul winning in other countries, foreign lands. All right, guys. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. I think I'm going to cut it off for now. Next time, I'm going to try to stream a little longer. But I appreciate y'all hanging out, answering the polls, answering questions, and just chilling and just hanging out with me on my Friday night live hangout. God bless you guys. We're definitely going to do these kind of hangouts more often. We've done a couple already, but we're going to do some more and more often. I'm going to try to stream at least 5 p.m. because it seems like more people tune in around 5, 6 p.m. It just makes life easier. Start branching out, reaching out to more people across the web. So, yeah, God bless and take care, y'all. Thanks again.